apparently Microsoft Copilot had a pretty huge issue when they launched, where you were able to access data sets that you are not authorized to access. So imagine you are an employee and you are able to access your boss's emails through Copilot, or you are able to write prompts to retrieve sensitive information that only your boss is privy to or your manager is privy to. This is a very common issue, by the way. RAG data sets are stored in the vector database, and if I don't separate the data sets, or if I don't implement logical access controls on those data sets, I will have a huge problem in terms of being able to restrict people from accessing things that they should not have access to. I work with a lot of customers who are building this stuff, and I see this as a very, very common issue with RAG, because they've not implemented the right kind of controls, or they're not even aware of the right kind of controls to implement for them to be able to do access control with RAG. And a lot of times they just implement it and they go forward with it, and then they realize that, oh, this is happening. So this is a very common issue. The other issue is agents, right? Now, agents, remember, you're allowing AI to access tools to do things. Now, obviously, when they can do things, they can do dangerous things as well, which means that if you give them access to your API, can they start calling API calls that may be potentially dangerous, or start deleting data sets, or start accessing data sets that they should not access? Because remember, that is an LLM, and that LLM can be prompted to access things that it shouldn't access, or do things that it shouldn't do through the tools that you have given the LLM access to. And you're going to see how an agent can just go berserk and start accessing and doing remote code execution just because the user prompts it to do. And one of the things with that is defending against it is very nuanced. You have to think about it in a very, very detailed and architecture-oriented way, which I'm also going to talk about in Showcase as part of a lab today.